Hello, hello, welcome to In This Kitchen. How are we doing today? How are we doing today, guys? Uh-oh, this is not showing me very well. Yeah, I'm here live. Who will join me today? Who will join me today to make this delicious soup for our kids and for us too? Who do I have online to join me today? Who do I have online that will join me? Hello everyone. Welcome to In This Kitchen. Who do I have? Chukwemeka, goodness. Thank you for joining us. I really appreciate that. Who else do I have that is joining us? Who else? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to my kitchen, my small kitchen. How are you all doing today? So I deliberately said I wanted to make something for the kids. That doesn't mean it's not so for adults. It's also for adults actually. But what I wanted to achieve is how can we make okra soup best for the kids, that the kids will enjoy it. That is what I wanted to achieve. But otherwise, it's actually for everyone. The okra soup I'm making is for everyone. But before I continue, let me show you guys what I've got here. Of course, as you may have noticed from far, I've got my lots of okra soup, okra here. I'm going to show you guys how we can make this okra best for the kids. This is one thing we have here, but this is also something else we have here that is unique. This is chicken, and this is boneless and skinless chicken, even though I added some chicken with skin, but this is what boneless and skinless chicken looks like. It doesn't have skin, it doesn't have bone. Now, what makes this kind of soup unique for kids? Typically when we are, remember when we are talking, the stove is on, and as usual, I've got some water here to start heating up. What makes this unique in a way? Moses Sika, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you guys. Kristen Oyedikashi, thank you so much for joining us. Clean Kitchen, I appreciate your kind words. So, what makes this unique in a way is this. The kids soup is called kids soup because of one thing. You will want to be sure when you're making the soup for kids that you don't have bone inside the soup. And that is number one. Number two, because we know kids are not so interested in eating meat or the rest, you have to make the soup itself rich without meat or without all those things that adults do, like big fish, like big meat. Kids are not interested in big meat. Adults can just, if an adult is cooking, adult can just divide this skinless chicken into two and eat. But for kids, they don't care about this big meat. They care more about, or what matters more about for kids is actually the taste of the soup. Now the question is, how should we let our soup taste when we want kids to eat it? I have a kid here, and one of the things I've done is to do my best to make sure the soup I cook for them is quite really delicious, well, even without the meat. So the focus on making the soup today is what do we add in the soup to get it delicious, very, very delicious, even without meat, because they don't care about meat, they don't care so much about fish, but all those things will go into this into this cooking. So this is the chicken, boneless chicken, like I said, and this is this is this fish I smoked here. If you notice, this is mackerel fish, ice mackerel fish. I would take my time to debone this fish as we are talking, so that no single bone from this fish will go into this pot. That is the idea. So that the kids, if they're eating the fish, the kids don't really know how to select bone and fish. So it's, as an adult, it's your job to make sure when you're cooking that you make sure that your fish is properly deboned before you use it to cook for kids. That is really very important, and that is what I'm going to do to this fish. If you notice, I said I added some bone skin, chicken with skin. That's because I want to eat it myself. So I cut out from the drumsticks, and by the way, there's something special I'm doing tomorrow with drumsticks. So I cut out some drumsticks and put there, leaving out the bones like this because I want to eat I want to eat this part. So I cut out the parts, the rest of the drumstick, and put here. But I'm still adding this one into the soup. And one of the things I have here, when I said, remember this, I'm waiting for this to heat up a bit before we start cooking. This is, I hope you guys can see inside this pot, so I don't focus so much on myself. This pot is empty with just water, but by the time we are done today, you will see what we will achieve with it. So, one of the ways we can get this soup very tasty is the amount of, Shady Manansi, thanks so much, the amount of shrimp and the amount of maybe crayfish we put inside. Remember, there's a difference between shrimp and crayfish, even if they're in the same seafood family. Sure, they're in the same seafood family, but there's a difference between when you are using crayfish like this to cook and when you are using shrimp like this, dry shrimp, of course, to cook. So for the purpose of this soup, there is no dry fish here. I mean, I didn't show you guys any dry fish here, so I am not using any dry fish at all. But I'm going to use this, I'm going to blend this shrimp very well. Blend this one very well, the crayfish very well. This will provide this soup with some richness. Now, when kids are eating it, they're going to love it. Fadilat, Monkey, Bukola, Baoni. Hello, guys. Jacinta, how are you doing? I can see your picture there. So, yeah, this is what we have ready now. But plus or minus, we're not going to be here for more than 1 hour, because the thing about making this soup is this. Once this chicken finishes cooking, we are almost done with cooking. Because as the chicken is cooking, maybe when the chicken is about 90% done, we add other things. Give or take 10-20 minutes, we are done cooking. So don't worry that everything is still fresh here and I'm still talking, because I know exactly how long it's going to take me to cook. So that is why I can comfortably be talking, whereas I have everything fresh here. You might be wondering, this would take forever to cook. It's not going to take forever. I have time myself and know exactly how long it would take me to finish it. So while we wait for this water to boil, so we can start quickly, I'm going to start prepping other things. I said before that I'm going to debone this fish completely to make sure it doesn't have any bone, because the soup is principally for kids. So how do we do that? It's very simple. If you if you're the one roasting the fish yourself, like I did myself, what you simply need to do is, this is the fish, I roasted it myself, like I did it myself here, as you can see. And I will start off first by, removing the head, as much as possible, removing the head. So debone mackerel fish is very simple. It's really very simple process to debone mackerel fish. Maybe I should come close so you guys can see it. You can choose to break it into two, or anyhow you like it, but remember it has some what I normally call yama inside. So when you are deboning, remember that yama, you don't want it into your meal, into your soup. So I will take out this area first. I'm going to just bring out the yama, put here. Yeah, and put out the yama here, and then I will wash this one quickly. that I want it very neat. I don't have to wash it, but I really, really want it very neat. So I will do it like this. This is the fish. Of course, the long bone is gone. So as the long bone is gone, I have just the tiny bones here left that I can pull out. I don't know if you guys are seeing this. This is just the skin. I don't have to add the skin if I don't want to. So I can keep the skin aside. But now this is what the fish look like. This is what the fish look like. And because you're making meal soup for kids, you don't really care so much about if they want to have this. No kid will want to care about how big is the fish. Break the fish as much as you can. Even if you don't break it now, at the end of the day, you will still break it inside the soup. And now this is the bone. We'll take out the bone gradually. But remember, when you take out this bone, there is still some more bone if you're using microfish. So you have to take your time to pick out those the tiny bones left in the microfish. And when I mean the tiny bones left, you guys can see it. Look at these bones left, these tiny ones left. It is important you take out these tiny ones. As an adult, you may not care to remove this one when you're eating, but if you're making soup for kids, you have to care that these tiny ones are gone before you put it in the soup, because no kid don't care to remove bones when they are eating. So you have to do it for them. So this is it. There could be more. What is important is for you to search. If there are more, you remove those more. If there are no more, yeah, that is cool. Now we have just pure. This is one of the fish deboned completely. No, no, what do you call it? Bone. Maybe what do you want?
I don't want to talk to Park. I'm gonna watch Mike and Ricky.
You do? Can you tag the pack so you guys can watch that together, okay?
Jetpack, Ricky, and Mikey.
Okay, tell what Moby says. So long as he's teaching you something, so you're learning something from that, okay?
My iPad is 5% battery.
Your iPad is 5% battery, so if it's dead, you have to charge it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know I'm live, right? So you gotta give me space to just talk, right? Please.
Watch that.
So anyway, so what I'm talking about now is yeah, the water is boiling already. This bone has I just have to spend time to talk to my kids while I'm on live. Anyway, this one is deboned already, and this water is boiling. As this water is boiling, I'm just going to quickly cut this. Remember, for those that are just joining me, I said for this soup I use skinless and boneless chicken. I deliberately did not cut this one before coming online, so I'm going to cut it now and pour all of them into the water to start cooking. Again, once it goes in there, we are almost done cooking. Yeah. No. Yeah. We're gonna, once we are done with this one now, we will just start cooking properly. So I'm just gonna cut this. I don't know if you guys can see this. So to cut this, you can see how it is, just like this, and cut. Again, even if you don't have boneless chicken where you live, you can actually buy chicken thighs and debone it yourself. Like I debone the drumstick myself. I cut them like this into strips like this, and then just cut them into bits. So you don't have to have skinless and boneless chicken where you live, but most likely if you live in North America, you will most likely have that. So right now I'm just cutting the rest because I wanted to show you guys before I cut it. So this is so quick and so easy. I don't have to cook the chicken separately because boneless chicken is so easy to cook. This is what it looks like. Boneless chicken is so easy to cook, and now we're gonna start. I think I want to be sure this camera is capturing my pot. Yeah, I think it's capturing my pot now. Here, the inside. I mean, So this is what we have left. Remember, this is just water, nothing else inside. Eventually we'll add lots of more water, but right now this one is enough. So we add all this chicken. Remember, this doesn't take time to cook. If you know this Western wok chicken doesn't take time to cook. So we are just, if you notice here right now, I'm just going to give it a quick stir to avoid them sticking together. Sometimes if you don't give it a quick stir quickly, they stick together so quickly. Remember, you're cooking for kids, so you need to make sure you cook your chicken to get really soft. Your chicken has to get soft when you're cooking for kids. They don't get your kind teeth, their teeth, they soft on one kind. So you probably need to take that into consideration when you're cooking. And I'm going to add the one I'll eat myself. This is the bone from the drumstick I added. I'm going to eat I don't eat the bone. I'll just cut out all the meat around it. So I'm going to add it. I don't need to add this, but because I want to just eat out small chicken that's still left on it, I'm adding this one to eat. So again, give it a quick stir and allow it to cook properly. And while it's cooking, I'm just going to take my time to finish removing the bone from the macrofish. Remember, I did this macrofish here. I smoked it myself here. You don't have to have air fryer to smoke macrofish. You can use, if you are growing up in the village, we can use charcoal to smoke macrofish. We can use anything, but if you have oven too, you can use your oven. Now, like I said, for an adult, again, I will say it again. If you cut your microfish when it's smoked, you think it's okay like this, and that's fine. But for kids, these bones here matters a lot. These bones matters a lot. You don't want to have these kids having this. Oh, my Amanda, that's good. Good to know your kids love okra. You don't want to have your kids have this stuck in their throats. You don't want to have that. Trust me. So remove them as much as you can. And when they're eating, be mindful that they know that, look at, I've pulled 4 from this one. So I'll still look out for some to see if there is still more to pull out. This is all gone now. So for microfish, remember, it's not just about this bone. Like, I'm still pulling out more. For microfish, I said before, it's not just about removing the center bone, particularly for kids. Removing this bone is not enough. Removing this bone is not enough for kids. There is still more bone that we have to take out when you are cooking this for kids. I'll say it again, being someone that have raised kids practically, knowing fully well what they eat and how they eat and how they take it in, they don't care about bone. So it's your job to care about the bone as an adult. So again, I will look out for the bone again, look at some more bone coming out. This is very important. Again, like I said, I call these kids soup just because of how I'm being careful to make it. Otherwise, adults can enjoy this too. Just so you know, it's not just for kids. So this is done. And of course, as an adult, you can add the back of the fish when you're cooking. Kids don't care about this back. Like, they don't really care about whether you add this or not. But this is still very tasty. I love to have this in my food. I'll be honest with you. Still very tasty. Kids care about that you have fish like this in their meal, broken into small chunks. Broken into small chunks like this. And while you're doing that, remember the bone, take them out. So they care about you doing all this. That is what they care about. When I have it like this, by the time I put this into my soup, you realize, if you watch when I cook okra, I rarely stir the soup. But because I cooking this for kids, I don't care if I just stir it and all this fish will break. That's okay, because kids still love it smaller than even this. So again, I will take out all the yama. I used to call this yama. This is yama. I take it out and then we continue again. So I've washed the yamayama out, and as an adult, yeah, you can like the back. That's okay. You can like this. Kids don't really like this. Kids don't like the back. I keep saying it. I'm repeating myself a lot of the time because I know people join us at several points so that they can hear what I'm saying about bone and back and the back of fish. That is why I'm repeating myself. So again, the bones, be mindful of these bones is important. I am spending my time to do this because I'm sure by the time we open this pot nest, we are almost done with our cooking. Bone again, the boning the fish is really so important when you are making soup for kids. The boning the soup, the boning the fish, I would say, is very important. Even if you want to add this back, that's okay, but debone the fish first. And I still have just one more left. Okay, this tiny one, I'm going to just add it. I still have one more fish left. This one. Remember I said for the kids, it's not about how many fish you have inside or how many meat. It's about how delicious the soup tastes. If you are used to kids and how they eat their food, they are looking for how delicious it is, not how much meat you put inside. So this is this is also done. I'm gonna wash this quickly. I'm gonna debone this and wash it quickly so you guys can see it. Wash that, and of course I'm gonna wash this also. Don't worry guys, I am taking my time to do this now because this is the most important part. Once I open this pot, we are almost done cooking, so bear with me as I take my time to explain all this, which I'm almost done anyway. So this is done. Yeah, this is done again. Remember, these small stubborn bone are really very important with takeout. Yeah, it's cooking really good. I'm just gonna pull out the fish, all the fish now. All the fish is out, all of them. So it's up to you as an adult to then decide, do I pull this back or should I not pull this back? It's up to you. So if you look at this now, we have the bone, the fish very well. There is no guarantee that you will not still see one single bone here, definitely, but do your best to take out most of the bone. That is what is important. You can see what it looks like. You can see what it looks like. Well deboned. You see what it looks like. Well deboned. So now let's get back to our cooking. Very fast, quickly. Because in the next 30 minutes, I think we should be done. Now, the chicken is cooking really good. I'm going to give it a quick stir again because, like I said, I don't want them sticking together. What I'm going to add here quickly is my seasoning. Where did I keep my... Okay, I'm going to get my seasoning here. I'm going to get my seasoning and, of course, my salt. Yeah, my seasoning, my salt. So I'm just going to add it. I'm not adding salt here yet, so you guys know. I've said it many times here that I'm one of those that believe, even though it's wrong, even though it's not possible, but I'm still one of those that believe when you add salt in cooking, making your okra, it doesn't get, they draw again. But even though that's a wrong, it's not really true. So right now, what I'm interested in adding to this is, of course, some seasoning. I'm not interested in adding onion to this yet. No. Just only seasoning. That's all I care about. Just make I add one more Maggi. So I am only interested in adding seasoning to this. For those that know chicken broth, by the time you're done cooking this chicken, whatever is left here, the liquid is the chicken broth we all know. But Let this cook a little bit more. While it's cooking a little bit more, I want to also say something. Because you want the soup to be very, to make it a draw. Let me speak in Nigerian language. Make it a draw. Or if you want it to be slimy, you know when it's slimy, when it's drying, you can blend some of your okra. Not everything. I don't really like blending okra. But you can blend okra to get some good amount of sliminess. A happy new month to you to Olubo Sonia. Thank you so much. You can do that, or you can use what is it called bonnet to also do that. So for this purpose, I'm gonna blend this ogbono with some crayfish so it can come out from my blender, and also I'm gonna use my chopper to blend some okra before we add everything inside here, and then we are almost good to go. So let's keep this one aside and then bring my blender very close. I'm going to get my blender very close. Yeah. I get my blender. I want you guys to be seeing it. This blender is big. Because it's big, it's not possible to blend. It's not possible to blend this. This blender cannot blend small okra like this. If you look at this, it's very deep. It cannot blend up small okra like this. So small ogbono. What I'm gonna do is I'll put the ogbono inside and then add small crayfish to make it a little bit bigger to be able to blend it here. It takes less than 30 seconds. It doesn't take that much long to do that. But except you have a small blender, which I do have here, but it's not close to me, you can do it that way. If you're blending ogbono that is small, look at how small it is. Not really so small anyway, not really so small, but it's kind of so tiny. So I'm going to add a bit of crayfish to it. It's not really so important. This is not how it's done. You want to have your okra, your ogbono separate. But I'm going to add a bit of crayfish to it to help it blend very fast. But it's not really so important, just so you guys know, to do it that way. So for those watching, you guys know my name already. I keep saying it. My name is Ekena in this kitchen. This kitchen has been here to uplift my spirit, more of a therapy for me. Is what I love to do, and I'll keep doing it for as long as I can. Everyone watching, yeah, let's give ourselves 10 seconds or 15 seconds to blend this quickly. It doesn't take time, just a few seconds to blend it quickly. I have to use the highest setting, just about 10 seconds we are done blending this. Yeah, we are done. Let me see to be sure we did great. Yeah, we did great. As you guys, I don't know if I can show you guys very well. I don't know if you can see this. We are done blending. I don't know if should I give it a quick more blend. Let me give it a quick more blend to be sure it's more like puree. So this is done. I think I'll pour it in this plate and show you guys. This is done. So this is what it looks like when I'm done. You can see it. This is what it looks like. The ogbono. This is what it looks like when we are done. So we have taken care of this one. Another thing we'll have to take care of quickly, so we don't use the blender the third time, is, like I said, I'm using a combination of shrimp and a combination of crayfish and shrimp. This is to add really good taste to the soup. Otherwise, crayfish would have been enough. But I'm not focused so much on. I said it before. I'm not focused so much on meat inside the soup. So I'm focused on the taste. So when you have it like this, trust me, your kids will love it. Bourgeois, I can see you there. Bourgeois, how far now? I see your picture. What did happen? Anyway, let's do this. So all blending is done. We are done with all blending right. We are done with all blending right now. So let's see what this one looks like. Let's see what this one looks like. This is what this one looks like. You can see all the crayfish. This is it. All the crayfish. This is all the crayfish. Now we are ready to finish our cooking. Let's see. I want to take out all the crayfish in this blender. Yeah, so we are ready to finish our cooking right now. I'm gonna move this one backwards. Where is the cover? Okay. You guys can see I'm in one-man squad, and one-man squad does everything himself. So this is what we are done. The ogbono is ready. The crayfish is ready. So let's finish. Now at this point you have to check. Is my meat ready? Is my chicken ready? My chicken is almost ready, but I have to be sure. Yeah, the chicken is ready. Now the question is, what will go in next? What will go in next at this point, it depends on you. It doesn't have to, at this point, there's no so sequence. The fish is already smoked and well and ready. If you put the fish now, the tendency to break even more is there. So, but I'm not going to add the fish now. I've got my oil. My oil can go in right now. And of course, I can also choose to use cold water to mix my small ogbono, and then add some oil there too. It's your choice how you want to do it. Some people might not use oil to mix their ogbono. They just add some water and pour in, and then put oil later on. But I'm going to use water, put some water here, then add some oil and mix both of them before pouring it inside. Ushenna, thank you so much. Say, let's eat. So while I'm letting this cook, I'm just going to quickly add some oil here. Eventually I might add some more water, definitely. I'm going to add some more oil here. I hope the oil will not be too much anyway. I hope it's not too much. This plate is too small for this, but let's see. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to mix both of them, both the oil and of course my ogbono inside. I just added some water. Don't mind me, this plate is too small. So if you want to mix this, don't use small plate like this. So I'm just mixing it, making sure that I'm getting it right. Again, some people don't care to add oil at this point. They just mix the ogbono and put. But there's nothing wrong if you mix your oil quickly right now. Oh, this is getting hot. So, you want to say hello? Come on, say hello.
Hi.
Oh yeah, now I'm going to continue your drawing, okay? This is my...
What is this wet?
What?
What is this wet?
What is what? Let me turn it so they can see. What is what?
What is that? Let me. What is that?
Wait, let me turn it. Come on, ask your question. What is it?
What is that? Let's eat.
Let's eat. Somebody posted let's eat there. So they're just trying to tell me let's make good food. You love good food, right? Yeah. This is one of those ones that doesn't like swallow, but we're going to start it again.
I don't want swallow.
You want it?
No!
Hey, no, go.
I don't want to.
No, that's enough. I want to go now, okay?
Daddy, can I have a bit of buns for another movie?
A bit of buns?
Yeah.
When I'm done cooking, I'll give you some bonbons, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so let's continue this. Don't mind me. My daughter came to ask for some. They just want to see how I'm doing in my kitchen. Let's go ahead and add let's go ahead and add our ogbono. Add your ogbono. You don't have to go through this process, but if you want to, that's okay. Add your ogbono quickly. I'm just gonna quickly finish this to avoid more distraction. But my kids will want to come and distract me again, which is fine. Anyway, you add this and let it. I don't know how much I'll trust this ogbono, but I'm gonna let it boil more and see if I can trust it to be slimy. Otherwise, I have my chopper there that I'm gonna use to blend more of my okra to get it slimy. But let me see how I can trust this ogbono before we continue. So let's go ahead and then continue. Yeah, I cannot. As in this kitchen, we are almost nearing the end. I don't know how I can try this ogbono, but fingers crossed the ogbono will be good. But if it's not good, I've got my chopper ready to roll. I'm just going to move this aside. For the chopper, I'm not. If for any reason I want to, if for any reason I want to blend some of my okra to add here, I will not use my blender. No. I will use this chopper to do it because blender will get it so puree, like smoothie, but this chopper will not get it that way. Chopper will cut it into tiny bits, and that is the beauty of using chopper to do it. So let's see, but before I do that, I want to see how this is doing. I want to see how it's doing. Might not be doing really great because ogbono would buy here now really high level ogbono. But thank God, let's go ahead now. I want to see, does it need more? I think it needs more oil. I'm going to just add some more oil. And don't worry, the oil will mix well. Once I add my crayfish, the oil will mix very well quickly. Is that enough? I think that might be enough. Is that enough? I think I'm just going to add a little bit more. So this should be fine. I think I'm good to go right now. Let's leave this. You guys can see what it's looking like already. The ogbono seems to be doing a good job, but I don't want to play games with the ogbono. So I will blend some of this. Look at the difference. If you're using chopper to chop, this is what chop. This is the blade for chopper. This is the blade. It's not like blender. So this blade will chop it into very tiny bits. That is why I have to use this one. So to do that, I'm just gonna put in some okra here. I'm gonna put in some okra here. This is enough. Sometimes you guys can see it. This is what I want to just chop is enough. So I'm just gonna try to put it here and cover it quickly. So I'm just going to open it to show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So this is what it looks like when it's done. When you use chopper for it, this is when you use blender, it won't look like this. You can see what it looks like when you use chopper for this, not blender. If you use blender, it will get too puree and you probably might not like it. So I'm just gonna pull it up and show you guys. This is it. If you can see it very well, this is what it looks like when you use blender for it. So we are set to go. We are set to go with this one right now. So let's see how it's doing. It's really doing great, I'll be honest. The okra is doing great, but I don't want to take chances. Oh, sorry, the ogbonna is doing well. It's really doing great, but let's not take chances. Right now, I want to add my crayfish. Remember, if I'm cooking this soup for purely adults, I like to add iru, what the Yorubas call iru, locust beans to my cooking. But because I have kids in mind while making this soup, my kids don't like iru, so I don't put that to their food. But when it's the soup I'm eating myself, it's everything. I add everything except one of my kids, of course, love anything I'm eating. He wants to eat it, so he doesn't really care. So right now, let's add a lot of crayfish. This taste might say it's too much, but remember, kids don't care about the meat in the soup. They care about the taste of the soup. So what can give your food, particularly when you're making okra, what can give your soup good taste? It's not the meat, it's not even the chicken, it's the crayfish you blend and put inside. That is what will give it good taste. So I'm gonna give it a quick stir. It's coming to shape. Remember, see how I'm adding stuff. Now my what is it called? My crayfish has gone inside. No salt yet. Remember, no salt yet. I still got my salt here. No salt yet. Well, there are some people that doesn't even use salt to eat anyway. So even if I don't use salt to cook, it's still okay. But I still like salt. I use lots of salt, not so much of salt, but I still use salt to cook. So that's still okay. Now we give it a quick. I'm just gonna turn it. Remember, once you start turning your soup, particularly ogbono soup, it starts burning quickly. So you have to be very fast as you're cooking. We have this. So in this cooking now, the only thing we have left here is a very straightforward kind of cooking. The only thing we have left in this cooking now is our fish, our okra, and of course salt and some more seasoning. That is the only thing we have left to add. So right now we give this for a few more minutes to boil, and then we'll add the rest of the thing. So there's nothing more to do other than just do some waiting game until when it's ready. I'll probably will add this one right now. I'm going to add this one right now. Remember, this is actually very slimy. Look at it. Even before I think of adding this one, it's actually already slimy, which is good. You know, the thing about okra soup on kids is this: when you have kids that doesn't want to eat swallow, or even doesn't want to lick the soup, if once you put it in their mouth, by the time they want to make noise, I don't want to eat, it has gone down to their throat almost. So it's a win-win situation. Whether they are crying, I don't want to eat swallow, I don't want this, I don't like soup, just put it in their mouth. Once they cry and breathe, the soup will go inside, and again, it's a win-win situation if you want to know. Now I'm going to add this one. I want this soup to be thick and at the same time also very, very tasty. So this is it. I will add this my okra. Man, this soup is gonna be really, really sweet and tasty. Now my okra will add some more sliminess to this. Remember, I will still add some water here if I want to. If I want to, I have to add some more water here because it's getting very thick, which is okay though. So if you see what it looks like now, remember what I added now is okra, the one I blended. If I'm adding the rest of the okra, I'll show you guys. When I want to add this one, I'm not going to add it now. I have to wait a bit before adding this one. And that is because I want this one to an extent to remain fresh. Almost like fresh when I'm done cooking. So this one will not go in right now. I think what I'm concerned about now is adding some more water to this to make sure it doesn't get too thick. So once I add some more water to it, yeah, I'm gonna add some more water. I think I'm gonna take hot water instead and add hot water, so it will blend quickly. So you guys can see what it's looking like. It's getting very thick, which is okay. If you are the type that love very thick soup, you'll be happy how this is doing, but it doesn't have to get that thick anyway. If you love soup that are very thick, it doesn't have to get that. You don't have to worry about more water. And they say this kind of soup good for us. So this kind of okra soup. Bourgeois, you hear me? This kind of soup good for us. So yeah, just to make you laugh a bit. Anyway, I just added some more water. I added hot water, so it's gonna be very fast to boil. By the time I add, of course, my fish and of course the rest of the okra, this soup will get even thicker. So let's not worry about how much water I'm adding. How much water I'm adding is not so necessary, but I want this. Some people say when you're cooking okra, that is okay. When you're cooking ogbono, leave the pot open. That is actually true, but I like to leave the pot open when it's already boiling. Right, like right now, I added some more water. It's not boiling yet. The truth is that whether you leave it open or you don't leave it open, it's still gonna get slimy when you're done. So this is it. I'm gonna close it for a few seconds and then open it for a few minutes and then open it back. So we are almost done. I'm gonna take this out of the way. We are almost done. One thing that I'm contemplating should I add to this soup is pepper. I have dry cayenne pepper here. That's Thai pepper, and I have, that orange habanero pepper. I have it here, and I'm going to add one or two of that. It is important you understand if your kids love pepper. I'm introducing pepper more and more gradually in my cooking because my kids didn't grow up with eating lots of pepper, but I'm a typical Igbo man with lots of typical local culture, and kids need to embrace some of those culture, and that includes peppery food. So I'm introducing pepper in the food gradually. So I'm going to use orange habanero. So for this cooking, I'm going to be using this only three. There is not too much now. Only three orange habanero is what I'm going to use. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use only these three to cook. So I'm going to add it to this, and maybe I'll add some later actually. But for now, let me just blend this one. And to blend this, I know you guys will be saying, how many chopper do you have here? When I want to chop tiny food, small things like this, onion, blah, 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 I use small chopper like this one. But when I'm chopping big stuff, I use that big one. So for this one, I'm just gonna add it here. I think I'll just give it a quick cut, even though it's not necessary to give it a quick cut. So I'm giving it a quick cut, close it, and blend it. Close it and blend it. So we are good to go with this one. The good thing about orange habanero pepper is that it brings really good flavor to your cooking. Really good flavor, I will tell you this. So I'm just going to add that. Maybe I'll add some more dry pepper. I didn't blend it completely. You can see what it looks like. So you add that. And now we are set to finish our cooking. I'll give it a quick stir. Remember, it's going to start burning gradually at before now. So I mean the pot itself. So what I'm going to do now is what will go next for me. What I want to add next, you can choose to add your okra nest. You can choose to add your okra nest, but I want to go with my fish first. I want to go with my fish first. Remember, debone the fish properly. I'm going in with my fish first. Please remember, if you're watching, I keep forgetting to say this. If you're watching my live stream or my videos, please do me a favor. Try to share them as soon as you can. Whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook, do us a favor and share it on your page so other people can watch and join us too. So right now, what I'm doing is putting in my fish. This is the fish that I'm adding. I want the fish to go in first. I don't know whether, you know what, I will even add this back of the fish. I go chop up myself, this back. I'll add it myself. I will eat it myself. I remember at this point also, if I'm cooking okra, typically I don't try to stir the soup. But for the kids soup, I don't care. I can stir it as long as I want to. It doesn't really matter at all. They just care to see those small fish in their food, and that's it. So this is going really good now. I'm going to add the last seasoning. I'm going to add salt first. I don't know where my salt bottle. I have my salt bottle, but I don't know where it is. But let me measure with my hand. Measure with my hand, and we're good. So I will stir it up for just one more. Cover it for just 2 minutes. And then put my okra. We are almost good to go. For this soup, I'm not adding any vegetable at all. I can choose to add ogun if I want to, but I'm not adding ogun. No. If you notice when you're making soup for kids, if they begin to see so many things in that soup, they kind of don't want to eat that much again. So I'm limiting the amount of vegetable I'm adding here, particularly ogun, which I don't think is necessary. I have my okra, which I think it's okay to just put in there. So I don't know am I missing something? I want to be sure everything is okay. I want to add some more pepper. I want to add some more pepper here because eventually I want when kids are eating, they say, "That is spicy. I want to hear that so that I know I did a good job adding spice to it. So hopefully I'm going to add some cayenne pepper, dry one, and hopefully they're not going to tell me now it's too spicy. So this is okay now. We are doing okay with this. The texture is right. It's not very thick. Even though at this one it gets really very thick, I would say. So, but the fish is okay. Everything is fine. Good to go. Now let's add let's leave this for some time, for just a minute more, and then we will round up quickly. Everyone watching from YouTube, from my Facebook page, you guys are really awesome. Thank you for joining me on this afternoon stroke evening, depending on where you're watching from or where you watch from. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys a lot. I can't be here if you guys are not there motivating me, supporting me to keep doing what I'm doing. So thank you for doing that. I will always be here once I keep getting the motivation to keep going. And One of the ways you can help out is share my videos, share my recorded videos, share my live stream. Let's get more people to watch and subscribe to my channel, like and follow my page, and keep providing me as much feedback as possible to help me keep improving. So we are done now completely. I'm gonna just add one more seasoning and I'm done. So this is a very big soup, as you guys can see. I'm gonna put this aside. I don't know, yeah, it's showing very well. You guys can see the soup. So let's see the thickness by the time we add the okra. Let's see what the thickness looks like by the time we add the okra. Hopefully, I don't want it to be very thick. I don't want it to be very thick. Hopefully, it won't be very thick. So yeah. Now let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's not really very thick. I don't think so. I don't want it very thick. So again, like I said, I don't care if the fish will break. I'm more interested in the taste of the food. So which is good. Adding more seasoning and we are done. The only thing is for us to have a taste of it. Jacinta, Jacinta, I'm going to ship a pack of my soup to you. I know you're in New Jersey, right? I'm going to ship a pack to you one of these days, and I'm sure you'll like it. So you see what it looks like right now. The people say don't cover it, let it cook, but I'm going to cover my own and let it simmer for a few minutes, and then I'll leave it open. So but it's important you understand what it looks like. Don't worry about how I'm turning it. The chicken is already chopped into bits. The okra is chopped well, so I want the fish to break very well, so it's okay to turn it the way I do. If you notice there's not so much oil here, I don't need to have so much oil in my okra soup. People actually cook okra soup without oil at all. So, but I don't need to have so much oil in it. Now I'm just going to give it a cover for just 2-3 minutes. Open it, taste for salt. If the salt is okay, then we are all good to go. So good evening, our chief chef Jacinta Ewereji Onyene Mere. Thank you so much, and happy new month to you too. I really appreciate you guys, and I think we are done cooking. We have practically done everything we are doing. Now it's time to clear the kitchen. Yeah. We are practically done with everything. The only thing left now is to make swallow and then record the eating of the swallow. It's going to be a lot of drama when my kids are eating, when they are eating the swallow. A lot of drama that will happen. You guys will see the drama, but let's hope it won't be too much. But I will show you guys the drama of this soup and then bringing them back to that, bringing back swallow to the table. Good evening, chef. Please keep mine with fufu. Yeah, fufu is nice, so I'll keep yours with fufu. I can't wait to eat that delicious food. Yeah, that's okay. I would surely keep yours with fufu. So, but yeah, I'm gonna let it. I don't like this. Typically, this comes out when okra is cooking, but give it some few more minutes. We are good to go. You can see what it's looking like. Whether you close it up, you don't close it up, people, it's up to you how you choose to do it. But I'll close mine up again and then open it later. This okra is so yummy. Jacinta Ewereji, thank you so much. And if you're watching, I will almost guess I know who is watching me from YouTube right now. Even though I can't see the name, but I will almost guess I know the person. But anyway, I hope I have more people join me watching from YouTube and watching from, of course, my Facebook channel. You guys are really awesome, and I thank you guys so much. You guys have made my day. Is exactly 1 hour we started right now, and we are done. Remember I said from beginning, I will not be here for more than 1 hour. Once you know how to cook and time your cooking, you will know exactly how long you need to be in the kitchen. I know how long I needed to be in the kitchen, and I timed myself. I got things I needed ready before coming online, and I was in this kitchen for exactly 1 hour, and we are done. So yeah, this is the food. I don't know if I need to dish it out to show you guys, but I'm sure you guys can see it very well. I will record the eating so you guys will see it. But anyway, I want to test it now and see what it tastes like. Don't mind me, I taste my food too. The okra is still very fresh. I think it's okay. Do I need more salt? I might add a little bit more salt. Happy New Month, sir. Yummy, yummy okra soup. Thank you very much, Kojimba. Thank you so much. And we are done now. So who wants to join me and eat? Who wants to join me? This is the kind of soup you want to serve your kids, and you don't worry yourself if there's going to be bone in the soup, if there's going to be fish bone. Remember, I did not add dry fish to this cooking. I did not add typical mangala here. I just added smoked mackerel fish. I have lots of dry fish here, but for the sake of the kids, I don't have to add it. But instead, I added lots of blended shrimp and of course crayfish to give the soup a very good taste. That is the whole idea. So yeah, we are done. We are done cooking. I don't know how. I'm not sure if I want to raise the camera to turn it to the soup so you guys can see it well. So yummy. Please, how much will be how much will be some to Nigeria? My brother, I don't know how much will be to Nigeria, but imagine I want to will be okra soup from Canada to Nigeria. That's gonna be, by the time you get it to Nigeria, maybe it will no longer be okra soup. It will be something else. But yeah, hopefully I will make inquiry to know how much it is to will be to Nigeria, Kingsley, and then I will get back to you. Anyway, for everyone watching, we are done our cooking. I'm just going to dish out some and show you guys, maybe in a very small plate. I don't know, should I have a small plate here and show you guys what it looks like? Okay, I'll just dish out some in this plate and show you guys. I'm going to turn off the stove so it doesn't keep cooking. I've turned off my stove so it should not continue to cook, but ideally this is what it looks like. You know, I don't even have to dish this out. I'll just keep it like this and show you guys. This is what it looks like. I don't want to dish it out. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Very, very fresh, man. Can you beat this? You have the fish there, you have the chicken there, you have everything you want, and this is what it looks like. So I don't have to really dish it out again. You will see the eating eventually, but not dishing out right now. So you guys can see it, and yeah, I think we are good to go. So thanks everyone that joined me on this page. Thanks everyone that joined my cooking. I love you guys, and tomorrow we are making something quite unique. Very simple, very unique that you can make yourself. Sometimes I don't like posting events again. I just want to come online and see who will join me online when I'm on live stream. So that was why I didn't post this event, and I'm glad I had few people join me. Hopefully tomorrow I'm not going to post any events, but I will make a post to show I'm going to be live on live stream at 12 noon Saskatchewan time, of course 7 p.m. West African time. Depending on where you're watching from, if you want to join us, 12 noon Saskatchewan time is Central Standard Time. So do the conversion. It might be 1 hour or 2 hours difference. So you just join us. I feel, Onyeka Jimba said, I feel like grabbing it from you while you stretched it out. Well, I wish you could, but you can't. Well, that's the truth. You can't. I just wanted to show you guys what we did. Remember, we started from empty pot to achieving this beautiful pot of soup from empty pot, and this is what we got. That is how we make it in Ezinda's kitchen, and I hope you guys love what you see. Join me tomorrow for another 1 hour. Tomorrow might not be up to 1 hour, or it might be more than 1 hour. I'm not cooking, I'm frying something unique tomorrow, which I'm sure you guys will like. So I will see you tomorrow, same time. Until then, remember, bless. You guys know I love you, right? Keep coming to my page, keep supporting me, keep subscribing to my channel. And for those of you guys on my that have followed me on Facebook, try and follow me also on YouTube. My YouTube link is on my Facebook page. You can join me there too. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's grow that one as we grow our Facebook page. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.